fam, what's up, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Strat here once again from Strategic Audio, back with another brand new music production video. Today I'm going back to the very basics, the thing that is kind of the bread and butter of this channel and the bread and butter of what I do as a music producer on a day-to-day basis, so to speak. Those of you who've been watching me for a little while now, since the beginning of this channel, will know that the thing that I do best and that I do most is making soulful beats, boom bap beats mainly, but a little bit of trap and other styles, and making soulful loops and samples, often focusing on that vintage soul style. So in short, what I'm going to be doing today is taking you through how I made one of my latest vintage soul style compositions. Now, if this is something that you enjoy watching, if this is the type of content that you like, please drop the video one of these, aka a like, and please also consider subscribing to get more of the content that we do here, and also kind of help the channel out and help us to grow and get more eyes on what we do. Thanks so much for your support. Anyway, let's just jump straight into the video, starting now. So as I normally do, I began with an upright piano sound. Well, I don't always use the upright. Sometimes it's a grand piano, sometimes it's even an electric piano. But I tend to always start with a piano sound, and I tend to mainly use Piano Tech 8. So I started with that, and this is a very simple chord progression starting in the, well, it's in the D minor scale. It began here with a series of D minor chords with little bits of melodic variations that I'll show you a little bit more detail later. Then it moves on here to basically a G minor 7 chord and then an A minor 7 chord at the end. One of the great things about Piano Tech is that it shows you what you're playing. There's a little window in the bottom right hand corner of the plugin that shows you the chords that you're playing. So I'm going to play the loop and I'm going to show you that little window so you can see the chord structure in a more precise way. That is actually quite simple, even though you might not think so when you look at the precise chords that Piano Tech 8 shows you. I wasn't even thinking about playing those chords. I was just freestyling essentially. If you are not in a place yet where you're comfortable playing keys even to this kind of basic level, because I mean I'm not fantastic pianist or anything, I can just play a little bit. If you're not at that place, that's fine. You can still make beats and even samples using MIDI files that you get from other producers, even such as myself. I do provide that. You can use samples, loops, if you're making beats to try to get placements or to sell beats online. It's really simple, and I even offer some free stuff at the links in the description below. So if you're not yet at a place where your musicianship, your playing ability is advanced beyond like a basic level, or maybe you don't even have a basic level, maybe you don't even intend to learn to do it because you prefer to use samples, then that's totally fine. There's several ways to get to the same end result. And if I can help inspire you by giving you a couple of free loops or samples, then that's kind of why I'm here. All right, so I moved on then to add a guitar loop with a very, very basic guitar playing style, because I have to, if you think my piano playing is basic, my guitar playing is like kindergarten. Not much that I can actually say about this because I'm not a big expert in guitar playing. I do know, I can tell you that I played in the D minor scale and I just did very basic, almost like a counter melody sort of to what the main chord progression was playing. I think perhaps a proper guitar player would look at that and be like, what is he doing, man? Because I did everything just on the D string. I mean, you do what works for you based on your level of skill. You don't try to do something that's beyond your capabilities. You can try to step out your comfort zone. Of course, that is the only way you grow. And trust me, where I'm at now is as a result of me stepping out of my comfort zone. There was a time when I couldn't even pick up the guitar and do anything. But at the same time, if you're a singer and you know that you can't hit high notes like Mariah Carey or Ariana Grande, you're not going to try to do that until you've practiced enough to maybe try it. Maybe you'll never be able to do it. Maybe you just don't have the physical capability. But the point I'm trying to make is take it easy. Don't be too hard on yourself if you just started running and you can't run a 100-meter world record yet. Give yourself time to get there. Next thing I added was a simple bass line where I just focused on following the root notes of the main chords and adding a little bit of melody to the bass. I find that adding melody to the bass is it complements this genre, this style really well. The bass gets an opportunity to be its own thing rather than just be a supporting element underneath everything else. So here's the bass. Alright, just as I said, if you look carefully here, you will see that I'm following the root notes. Here's the D, the G, and the A for the D chord, G chord, and A chord, and just some light melodic variations to transition from one part to the next, basically. It helps keep it interesting. So I moved on then, and I wanted to add some vocals. Now you can add vocals in a bunch of different ways. I actually have another sample that I made where I sang something, and I'm gonna probably break down that sample in the next video, but I have to actually tune the vocals that I sang because I'm not the best singer, so I gotta make sure the vocals are in key. However, with this one, I used Omnisphere. There is a particular preset in Omnisphere, or I should say a series of presets in Omnisphere that can be useful. And what I did was I did some sound design and combined some different layers of things and tweaked it till I got it to sound how I want. And then, you know, you can also add other effects to it to kind of push it over the edge and make it sound a little bit more authentic than it normally would. So yeah, I wanted to add some vocals. The style I'm going for is just kind of a background vocal, no actual words said. And so you can either do your own voice, you can use a plugin, or you can hire someone that can sing better than you to sing what you want them to sing. Those are the three basic ways to go about it, and you can use a combination, or you can use whatever suits your budget, whatever suits your capability. Anyway, so here are the vocals using Omnisphere. As you can see, they did not start on the what you would call the one or the beginning of the bar. It's just kind of offset to add a little bit more dynamic feeling and movement to the entire composition. This is nothing complicated. All I'm doing is I'm using elements of the same chords that I've been playing. You have the F and the F and the A, that's part of the D minor chord. You have here the G and the A sharp or B flat. That's part of the G minor chord. And here you have basically just an A minor chord. So D minor, G minor, A minor again. Another sort of mainstay in terms of melodic elements for this genre, for this style, is the use of strings, violin, viola, that kind of thing. And I quite often use strings in a lot of my productions. And that, therefore, I wanted to add something here. I wanted to make it a little bit more interesting than just like a long, sustained, drawn out string part that is just follows the main chords in some way. So here's what I did. Oh, by the way, I'm using Spitfire Audio's BBC Symphony Orchestra plugin. And if I didn't say, for the bass, I'm using an old bass sound font that I love to use. It sounds really nice in my opinion. And this here is obviously FL Studio's sound font player. That's what I'm using for the bass in this instance. So eventually what I decided to do is, instead of having too many different melodies going in too many different directions, creating a whole bunch of auditory chaos, I decided to let the strings kind of mirror what the guitar is playing, and I think it came out fairly great. It's not an exact copy of what the guitar is playing, obviously, because it goes up here at the end. I played 1 octave on the keyboard, and as you can see, I copied it up 1 octave to have 2 octaves playing simultaneously, to give it not only thickness and depth, but kind of like a dynamic range. Final melodic element is just a little bit of ear candy. I used the glockenspiel. For this I used Analog Lab by Arturia, and this is what it sounds like. This is nothing major at all, just a little bit of sprinkling to add, like I said, ear candy. And again, the main notes are the D, the G, and the A, just like the main chords. These things are not rocket science. It's art, it's music, it's meant to give you a feeling. It does not need to be complicated. So I added drums to this melodic composition. So you could either see it as a beat, or you can see it as a sample with drums technically a producer could take this and use it how he feels like. An artist maybe could take it and use it for a full song. It's versatile. So here is what I did to make the drums. Again, it's gonna be very simple. Here we go. And there you have it, people. Thank you so much for watching. That was it. No more elements, no more anything. I don't want to go and make it too big and too complicated. There's no need for that. Thanks for watching. I hope you really enjoyed. Comment below and let me know what you think of this composition. Check the links in the description if you're interested. You can get free loops and samples, or even the premium stuff if you want to support that way. In terms of subscriber count, we're getting close to 1,800. Things have kind of slowed down a bit. Algorithm, whatever, I don't know. But the point is, I'm just going to keep making stuff, keep making videos. I'm making music, and if you're a small channel like me, whatever niche you're in, just keep going. It doesn't matter. Do what you love. This is me signing out and giving a little bit of encouragement to those of you on this journey like myself. Alright, peace, and I'll see you in the next video. Now, let's hear the final mixed and mastered composition.